Okay. There's a lot of things to go over. So as I already said, yes, Midland's going to shit. King of Midland is not really doing anything anymore because Costco, no. Charlotte kind of hates him. So here's a rough synopsis of what's going down. Shooter, no. Oh, I need to remember the name. What was the name again? God damn it. Ryo's the Kushan Empire. It took a minute for me to remember that. So, basically, here's what's happening. King Midland is kind of dying and or has already died. I remember if this happens already, Charlotte is then left the only legitimate heir to the throne. Because, hey, everyone else is fucking dead. Remember Orange Julius? He's dead. His son? He's dead. Everyone's kind of gone, so lol. Let's see. There's the plague that is ravaging Midland from the inside. There's the Kushan Empire pushing in from the outside, making its advance because King of Midland is dying, lol, and insane. So, excuse me. A lot of people are now refugees in the board. Okay, it's just said that refugees are just seeking asylum and they start coalescing towards the Tower of Conviction / Albion. It's never explicitly stated outright, but I suspect they're refugees like evacuating from like the outer edges of Midland and or like evacuated cities where the Kushan Empire was pushing into. So I think they're all coalescing towards Albion, and that's where everything kind of goes down. So it'll be fun. But for that, we still got to keep going. First, we got to take the bait. And that's going to feed back into more things. So, war, plague, and failing... wow, okay, hold on. Plague and a failing leadership. Boy, this has never felt more relevant than it does right now. This will probably be going up after... Trump is out of office, but at this point in time, it's just like, man, this shit feels so on the money at times. Oh my god. Anyway, so here's a couple things. The plague is being spread by, I think, Conrad of the God Hand, because that was explicitly shown. The collective dream for the returning Hawk of Light is most likely spread around by Ubik, because remember, Ubik, the little short smiley fucker, he can project illusions into people, as we've seen with Griffith when he's going through the ritual with the God Hand, obviously. So therefore, we have two of the God Hand in play already. Griffith is going to be revived. Slan will eventually come into play later with the ritualistic orgy that happens in a cave. The Conviction arc is kind of nuts. And yes, I did say that it is my least favorite arc of the series. Not because of that reason, but just because, like, I just feel like structurally it doesn't come off, like, it takes a while to get going. It's probably not as bad as the Golden Age arc, but I feel like the Golden Age arc has better highs than Conviction arc has highs. You know what I mean? Anyway. So, if we gotta make more filler missions, we gotta actually get back to Go's mine first. Go figure. Oh boy, I can barely make anything out right now. What the fuck's happening? Okay, just generic, zombies and stuff. No, that makes a lot of sense. Oh god, I did kind of forget how bad the framing in this game can actually get, and boy, does it get questionable sometimes. I'm really curious how the PS3 version of this game handles from time to time, because if I learned anything, is that PS3 has some pretty awful ports sometimes, especially going backwards. Pirate Warriors 3 did handle decently, but gave up a lot of visual fidelity to pull it off. As I've recently learned with Skyrim, that had the infinitely worse port on the PS3 than the PS4. But that's also because the PS3 was really hard to make ports for, because of the cell architecture. Holy crap. Explaining that would take a really long time. Basically, you probably heard the legends that yes, the PS3 was very hard to make games for, probably because of the proprietary as fuck engine they used, and Sony not really giving out like the keys to the castle very easily. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why. If you don't utilize like the PS3's really strong cellular architecture, which is to say like getting the real juice out of it that is actually built in, you're gonna get ports that are on average worse than the 360 had, but PS3 games on the whole were more powerful than, 360 games. It's kind of weird. Basically, if you're a first-party game, you're blowing 360 out of the water. If you're not a first-party game, well, you're probably a bit fucked. Probably. Yeah, that's the best way I could possibly put that. Anyway, there are so few games on the PS3 that actually run a true 1080 60, or just even 60 FPS like across the board. It's disappointing how unfortunately true that is. Anyway, damn, they're still going to zombies. Oh, there's a timer attached to this. I need to pay attention to that. As I learned from Ray and I's recording of that game that shall not be named yet, because I wanted to be surprised, damn it, it's really fun. 2021 is going to be pretty much the year that we start that series, so I want it to be surprised. It'll be fun. But in essence, wait, what was I just going to say? I completely forgot what I was going to... God, I'm getting out a lot these days. I'm finding that more and more that the more I'm with my job that is strictly overnight shifts, like, I'm not sure if it's just me, but I find holding a train of thought to be a lot more difficult these days when I'm actually doing recordings, because, I don't know, like, I guess, like, just actually having, like, a social life and going outside, like, kind of helped with that. Or maybe the social quarantining is kind of helping with that too, probably, I don't know. I'm trying to hold points of thought. Maybe it's just because I'm going through points way too fucking fast. I have no idea. Oh my god, this frame rate is getting pretty bad. Oh hey, the trees, go figure. Let's go for this. Shit. There's something about involving that game that Brad and I were doing. I have no idea. Oh no, right. Yeah, but yeah, frame rate though. Holy crap. It still holds decently well across the board for this PS4 port, but I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, now that the PS5 is actually out, I've been heavily considering if I do actually want to get it, because with the still unfortunately rampant scalpers, it's like, do I really want to invest in the try to wait to get a PS5, or do I just want to say fuck it and just get a PS4 Pro? Because I got my stimulus money, and $600, all the fucking good that's gonna goddamn do in putting a dent in fucking rent and stuff, right? I literally make more money on that with my current job over like a week and a half than I do than like that one check. That's really fucking sad, because a lot of families really need that money way more than I do. It's really, really disappointing. Anyway, had some ideas. Anyway, yeah, this is still happening. Fucking, the skeleton is really putting up a fight. Holy crap. I can argue that's another Dark Souls reference with the really strong giant skeletons you can fight in Crypt of the Giants. Was that? No, Giants, Tomb of the Giants. That's what it was. But like when you're going to go fight Nito in the first Dark Souls game. By the way, yes, I'm a big Dark Souls fan. Talk to me about anything you want about Dark Souls, and I'll probably have an answer for you. Probably. I said it's only been in the game like one time because I have like 5 ports of the fucking game via gifts and other such purchases. Oh boy, I gotta start selling my stuff. Luckily though, after I was done with my last recording session, I did make sure to sell a lot of stuff I'm not using. Eventually we do get back to the mine, and hey, Rickard, and what's the other one's name? I forgot his name. Fuck. Brain, what are you doing? Turn on, please. Was her name Erica? Yeah, it was Erica, I think. But yeah, they got through a bit of a growth spurt in the last 2 years, because time does advance sometimes. You wouldn't be led to believe that. That's Jotaro's delivery, unfortunately, coming through again. Like, not really getting good emphasis on these lines. Ugh. So this is unfortunate. One day, about a month ago or so, Erica was feeling bad about Kasuga being inside literally all the time, so she took her outside. And Kasuga walked off when they weren't looking, and they never found her again. Unfortunately, they literally can't go too far out because obviously they can't leave. Right. Also, this is going to feed into one of the most beautiful chapters in Berserk as a whole. I think it was Cracks in the Blade, if I'm not mistaken, that was the name of it. Because it was... There's very few father figures that Guts actually has had in the world. And Goto was definitely one of them. It's unfortunate he's already long since passed, but... Yeah, that one conversation that I had with him is probably the reason why Guts is still alive. Otherwise, he would just be a murdering madman. Yeah. It's rough for Guts to suddenly begin associating with people again after 2 years of non-stop demon slaughtering, and also some manslaughter. Only when they get in his way. Thank you, soldiers that work for the slug count in that one unnamed town. I need to figure out what the town is, huh? I don't think it's important. Oh god, we are doing Cracks in the Blade. Oh, Crack in the Sword, I guess. Right, this requires attention. This is a very, very important scene. Goto's not... So Goto is unfortunately dying. I think he doesn't have the plague. I think he's just dying from general old age and stuff like that. Being off for 2 years and stuff, you know. Yeah, in 2 years, Guts put more damage into it over the course of than it would have taken 2 years. You can't just forget. No one understands what happened in the eclipse. Unfortunately, Goto is making a fantastic point. It's like Guts never really contemplated this idea. That was its genuine reaction. We obviously have the analogies here of the sword reflecting the heart, obviously. To be fair, it's a very... God, if you were actually going through that, holy crap. All of them dead. It's hard to tell if Guts is actually being haunted more by all of his comrades, all of a sudden just, you know, up and dying. Because, yeah, it was like 1,000 people just gone in the blink of an eye. So instead of turning to Zoro, he turned to vengeance because it was the only thing he knew. Bro, when did Goto become such a good character? Holy crap. The most he had before this was just a Sparks analogy, and now we got this. Yeah. It's one. I wonder if Goto does actually know about the growing beast of darkness inside of Guts because of all that malice that Guts was soaked in for 2 years straight, or if he's just making an educated guess. But yeah, he's kind of very on the money.